Welcome back everybody, Maverick here, and today we are starting our playthrough of Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES, the old Nintendo all the way back in the late 80s. Alright, here's the story. When Mario opened a door after climbing a long stair in his dream, another world spread before him and he heard a voice call for help to be freed from a spell. After awakening, Mario went to a cave nearby, and to his surprise, he saw exactly what he saw in his dream. So this game's literally a fever dream, which is so great because it's such a weird game. So many elements of it make no sense, and yet so many elements became classic parts of the Mario franchise. Now, part of the reason it's so weird is because it started off as a completely different game in Japan. I can't remember the full name, but it's like Doki Doki Panic. And they co-opted it and turned it into Super Mario Bros. 2. Such a weird backstory, leading to such a weird game in so many ways. Alright, let's go look at the instruction booklet. Here's the instruction booklet for Super Mario Bros. 2. Mario's jumping there with a ripe vegetable in his hand. The game does distinguish between ripe and not ripe vegetables. Alright, here's a more elaborated upon version of the story that we just read. If you go about a third of the way down, you can see that he hears a voice saying, "Welcome to Subcon, the land of dreams." Well, Subcon must be short for subconscious. And it's saying the big bad of this game is called Wart. He's a big toad. What else does it say? It says he's on a picnic with Luigi, Toad, and Princess, who will be playable characters which you can choose from. Okay. Now look at this. It partitions the game into worlds, 7 worlds. Each world has 3 levels except for World 7, which has 2. Now there's no overworld map, so this is nice to see the categorization and layout of the game here. Okay, so actually each character has their own special attributes, except for Mario maybe. Mario just says average everything, basically. Average jumping power. But if you pick Luigi, he can jump higher, albeit slower it says, but if you need to jump high, Luigi's your man. Alright, Toad on face value might seem like a not great character, but he's actually the best, probably. Because if you ever see a speed run, they're gonna use Toad. Maybe Luigi on a few levels where you need to jump high. But Toad, basically, if he picks up an item, he runs faster. And the heavier the item, the faster he runs. Also, he can pick items up faster, which we'll see throughout the course of the game how that plays into it. And he can also dig sand faster. So the dude's just a speed beast. Alright, now Princess Toadstool, she probably is the worst in every basic category, with the caveat that she can float for 1.5 seconds when you jump, which is amazing. It's a lifesaver, and for that reason I will be playing as Peach, who's not officially named Peach yet, but I will be using Princess Toadstool for the entirety of this game probably. She's my character. It's just who I played with, who I'm most comfortable with despite her disadvantages. Okay, it goes over some more controls. Distinguishes between continue and retry, which is interesting. Basic Mario controls. More controls. Okay, here we go. Unripened vegetables. They are not fully grown. Just give them to the enemies, okay? Then it goes on to vegetables. Ripe vegetables, if you pull out a lot of them, ... Well, if you pull out 5 of them, the 5th one will be a stopwatch. And it freezes all the enemies, which is nice. What else do we have here? A small heart. This appears when you beat a lot of enemies. Well, it actually appears when you beat 8 enemies. So I guess that is quite a bit, actually. Alright, go to subspace with magic. I mean, I don't know about subspace. You throw a potion, it brings up a door, and you enter what is... I mean, if this whole game is a dream, entering subspace implies that you're entering reality, but it's like a dark world where you can pick up coins and mushrooms. You'll see what I mean. Okay, cherries. If you pick up 5 cherries, you'll get a star. There's the stopwatch I was talking about. At the end of each level, you get a roulette for more lives. Now, you can only play the roulette if you pick up coins in subspace. So, I'll try to avoid that because I don't plan on dying. Okay, but look at this, Shy Guy. As crazy as this game is, it introduced Shy Guy as an enemy, and everyone loves Shy Guy, gosh. Alright, we got Ninja. We got Phanto, that mask, gosh. Phanto, we'll see Phanto soon enough. Okay, see this Shy Guy riding an ostrich? How they have the word Birdo next to him, as if his name is Birdo. Well, we know that's not right. When this game came out, you might not have known that, though. And you come down here to Birdo, and it says Ostro. This Shy Guy riding an ostrich is obviously Ostro, so the names are, you know, switched up here. But if you go further into this, Ostro, which is actually Birdo. He thinks he is a girl and he spits eggs from his mouth. He'd rather be called Birdetta. I don't know how, why, or if I should comment on this. It's a different world today. You know, if they were writing this instruction booklet today, there'd be no reason to go into this weird amount of peculiar detail about a sub-boss in the game. Like, huh? Why? Just say it's a dinosaur-like creature who wears a bow and spits eggs. Why do you have to comment on all this stuff about Birdo? Leave Birdo alone. Anyways, Birdo would be also one of those elements of this game that would go on to be a classic part of the Mario franchise. Alright, then we got bosses. Mouser, a bomber of bad dreams. Okay, weird. Fry Guy, Triclide, Clogrip, and then Wart down here. Now, Wart's got a question mark on his little sub-picture. The sub-picture is what they look like in the game. So I guess we don't know what he looks like in the game. Alright, then we got FCC regulations and warranty information. Okay, so let's start this playthrough. Alright, the character select: Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess Toadstool, who I'm just going to call Peach. World 1-1. Alright, so right off the bat, you know this isn't the Mario game you're used to because you've got this vertical drop. But quickly, you go into a horizontal scroll. Alright, now that was a vegetable. These are Shy Guys. Now, here's an unripe vegetable. You can throw enemies into each other. You can also kill more than one enemy with the vegetable. Like, check this out. If you time it just right, it'll bounce off. Oh, I just got the triple kill. Hell yeah. I just need the Halo announcer to be like, triple kill. Alright. Here is our first subspace potion. And here's our first mushroom. It'll add a little rhombus diamond over there. Now if I pull up one of these plants right there in subspace, it'll give us a coin. The reason I didn't do it is because, well, I don't want the coins. Alright, here's a cherry. I think if we kill one more person, we'll get a heart that floats up. So, like we read, if you kill 8 enemies, a heart will appear. We must not be at 8 yet. Oh, you see how I got hit by that little bouncing bird? And one of my rhombuses over there turned white? That's how you know you've taken damage. Well, now, you won't go small until you're on your... Oh, there's the heart. There's the heart. Okay, see, they float up. Now, if I get down to 1 rhombus... Should I call them rhombuses or diamonds? I don't know. They're not really either. I guess they're hexagons. Damn. Wish I didn't look at that too closely. Okay, well, if I get down to 1 hexagon, I will then turn small. Oh, look at that. Must have picked up 5 cherries. So, see how I was a little bit surprised that a star just appeared, or I was a little bit surprised when a heart appeared? If you know what you're doing, you can actually be quite strategic and pick up like 4 cherries and then save, like skip cherries until you know that you might need a 5th cherry. So there is some strategy built into the game. Alright, now if you hold down, you can super jump like that. All you have to do is wait until you're flashing. Alright, you can break this wall. Oh, I missed. Okay, well there's 2 chances here. Now even if I do get this, we're not going to go in this door. So we could, but it takes you straight to Birdo, the sub-boss. We don't want to go straight to Birdo. Now, before I leave this cave, there are a lot of things that I was saying that are part of the core Mario franchise that came out of this game. Shy Guy, Birdo. One of the things that maybe doesn't persist throughout the Mario franchise, but is an excellent part of this game, is the music. Every level, every segment of a level, like inside the cave, outside the cave, wherever you go, there's going to be good music. They're not just like good songs, they're excellent soundtracks, such that they're a little bit of earworms. Like, you will hear them later on in your sleep, trying to go to bed, at your desk working. You're just gonna, these songs are just gonna come into your head, and they're good. Alright, who can I throw you at? There we go. Here is a subspace potion. Oh, there it is. The mushroom was hiding on the door. So you can see how we're up to 4 hexagons, right? That will reset when we beat a level. So every level you go into, you gotta build your health back up, which is a little bit annoying, but it works, I guess. Alright, go up this vine. Now you can jump on top of just about every enemy in this game, like this ladybug. You can just ride them up. I don't need to climb the vine. Okay, now did you see that? I slipped off the vine. You have to go directly up. If you accidentally press left or right in any way on those vines or a chain or a ladder, you're slipping off. Alright, here's Birdo. Hey Birdo. Pick up the egg. You can see the belly of Birdo is kind of shiny. That's because he's holding an orb. And it is a he, as clarified by the instruction booklet. Hit him 3 times. He drops the orb. He'll be back. Alright, now this eagle face is called Mask Gate. Go through it. It becomes a sub-boss, or not a sub-boss, but an actual boss at the end of the game. In between each level, you can pick your character again. We're on World 1-2. Now, if you're not sure what to do here, this can be a little bit tricky, but you gotta take over this flying carpet. Now, the flying carpet is a holdover from the Doki Doki Panic game, which I was describing, but it fits into our game just fine, I guess. Alright, let's rebuild our health. There we go. Now, if you come over here, there's a locked door. You try to go in it, nothing happens. So you have to go inside this vase, and look, there's a key. And there's also these 3 menacing masks. One of them is going to spring to life, and if you're wondering, yes, this is where my stress and anxiety started. Now, if you drop the key, he stops chasing you. He doesn't care where the key is, he just cares if somebody's holding it. So if he's getting close to you, just drop the key. Alright, this guy. Take him out. We'll do a little demolition on this wall. You can see there's an enemy over there who we'll have to take care of, this guy. Now, if you can get, I guess we can get a bomb, sure. Get a bomb, bring it down here. Oh, why is this guy back? Bust that. Now you think, okay, you can go up that ladder and go down. There's a couple different ways to go. Well, the reason to do that would be this, which is completely optional. But there's a mushroom over here if you bust that wall. Oh, barely got it. Gotta be quick. I guess I had some trouble getting down the ladder. Now you can slide down as small. Come on, what's going on? It's possible. There we go. Ooh. Almost got myself hit in the process. Now, you have to jump on top of these ninjas. I guess you don't have to, but there we go. To get up here. Makes it easier. Okay, now there is a potion over here, which we don't really need. But basically, the reason it's here is so you can bring it back, drop it right here, and you can harvest all of these little plants for coins. Now, I'm not going to... Well, I'll show you how... I guess I'll show you how it works. So there's 1 coin. I'm not going to pick up all of them because we'll be playing roulette for the rest of our lives at the end of the level. Okay, back at Birdo already. Now, the first time you play this, it's not intuitive how to defeat Birdo here. And once you do figure it out, of course, many of us playing video games in the late 80s were small children. Okay, you get 1 chance at this because we got 1 coin. Anyways, a lot of us in the late 80s, including myself, were small children, and I had no idea, like, how to, 1, jump on the egg and pick it up. But once I did figure that out, I was like, gosh, the timing is so difficult. Of course, now it's not that bad as an adult. But I would say this game is pretty difficult. In general. Oh, there's our mushroom. Cherry, cherry. Oh, there's a star. Not gonna get it. Okay, now look at this. 1 ripe vegetable, 2 ripe vegetable, 3 ripe, 4 ripe. The 5th one should be a stopwatch, and it is. All the enemies are frozen. And that is, of course, when I get hit with a frozen enemy. Now, if you can get up there, and it's a lot easier with Luigi, there's a mushroom up there for your subcon space. I'm not going to worry about it. Although, maybe I should kill some enemies to get my health back up. Ooh. You know what? I'm just going to chance it. I don't think we're going to get hit again. Now, if I had brought that potion over here and dropped it right here, gone into subcon space, or what is it called, subspace, I would be able to go down this vase. And down this vase would be a warp to a different world. Obviously, I'm not going to take it right now because I want to play all the levels. But I'll make a video after we beat the game of where all the warps are. Alright, here we go. Now this chain... This chain is an example of something that once you get on it, you got to go straight up or you'll fall off. I have a little bit of... Obviously, I struggle with it because it's such a point of emphasis. Okay, now go up here. And you'll see the primary root of my stress and anxiety in the early years of my life. Because look at this. It's like a shrine of masks. And they're going to chase us all the way down this shaft. Now remember, you can drop it. You can drop this key at any moment. And I will, because if something gets in the way, like this guy, you can kill him. So, oh, look at that. I do want that. I want that. It's a little bit like playing Capture the Flag. Oh, gosh, okay. Get out of here. Capture the Flag on Halo or something like that, where you're compromised. God, I keep getting hit. You're compromised while you're holding this, but it's also a weapon that you can use. Now look at those drills. Those aren't just spikes down there. Those are drills. They're moving. Don't land on those. Okay, now I have found myself in the precarious position of having one hit left until we die. So I guess I'll have to play with a little bit more caution. Because here comes the boss, Mouser. Now Mouser is a mouse who uses his bombs to destroy good dreams. I'd say he's doing a pretty darn good job at doing that, considering we haven't really had too many aspects of a good dream, save for the music. But here he is. You can catch his bombs. I'm going to be extra careful though, because I've only got one hexagon left of health. Caught it. Okay, now he spends most of his time back here on the back half of the ledge, so if you're going to drop a bomb, drop it right there. You can catch him on the front, but it's the most difficult part to hit him on, just because that's where he spends the least time. Okay, so we'll catch one more bomb, waiting for that area to clear down there. He might not. I'd like for there to be no bombs there when I go pick one up, but he's just hurling them right there where I want to go catch one. There we go. If you can't catch it, just pick it up, whatever. Got him. 3 hits and he's down. That's the first boss down, Mouser. So if I pick Peach right here, it'll take us into World or Level 2-1, World 2, Level 1. So we'll stop the video here. We'll just play them one world at a time. So we beat World 1, we beat Mouser. Next video, we'll go on to World 2. I love this game. It's crazy. It's a wild ride. It's a fever dream. And in so many ways, it's a fantastic game. I can't wait to play the rest of it and beat it with y'all. Now, until then, y'all take it easy. I'm out.